Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we are back on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 58, I think. I'm fairly certain it's episode 58. I actually always check before I start recording these videos, but today I haven't. This is very out of character for me. I sincerely hope that it is episode 58, because otherwise I can imagine I'm going to go down to the comment section and it's going to be a mess. There's going to be plenty of people telling me that it's not episode 58. Oh, you're such an idiot, Mumbo. How could you be so stupid, etc, etc. So if I have got that wrong, I sincerely hope you can look past my little error here and just move on. Continue watching the video, because it doesn't matter what episode number it is, because we still have awesome plans. Whether it's episode 57, episode 58, or episode 59, awesome plans are on the way. But before we begin, I have got a few little things that I want to mention. As always, like to have a little bit of a chat with you at the beginning of these episodes. I've got something awesome to mention, and that is the fact that the second channel is approaching 50,000 subscribers. How cool is that? The second channel is almost halfway to 100k, which is really very impressive. I think we're around about 1,000 subscribers away at the minute, and that's wicked. That seriously is very impressive. All of you guys have been watching the live streams, all of you guys have been watching the cat videos, of course, and the tech reviews. Got a bunch of awesome plans for the second channel as well. So if you aren't subscribed already, then head down to the description, click on that link, and then head over to the second channel, because seriously, it's actually going to be getting really good in the near future. I just realised that the last thing that I said at the end of that clip there, that it's actually going to be getting really good in the near future, sort of implies that the videos on there aren't good already, which isn't the case. I personally think that those videos are really cool. You got tech reviews, cat reviews, and also live streams, of course. And did I just say cat reviews? Cat reviews, okay, that's a new thing that apparently I've added to the channel. I was meant to say cat videos, but clearly my brain isn't working today. But anyway, we're going to be glossing over, moving on from the second channel now, because as I say, got a bunch of cool plans for today's episode. Once again, we're going to be working on a few little redstone contraptions and things. I've actually got a bit of an ambitious plan for a redstone contraption today. It's very ambitious. It's going to involve some pretty fiddly redstone wiring, which I never like doing in survival. Survival fiddly redstone, just never particularly fun. I always like doing it in creative, but this would involve recreating the entire corridor in creative mode to then try out the wiring, and I've just decided that it's not worth the time and the effort, to be honest with you. So we're going to try our best to do this in survival, because it's going to be pretty sweet. But before we do, I've actually got a few redstone projects that I want to work on the inside of the bedroom. You know, things like the waterfalls and also a few extra block swappers that should end up looking pretty good. I'm a little bit disappointed because my original plan for the start of today's episode is flawed. I was actually going to be switching out these slabs here with glowstone, but sadly completely forgot about the fact that all of these blocks are slabs, so I can't actually retract them underneath the stairs, and that means that I can't use the simple creation that I originally came up with, and I'd have to do something a little bit more fiddly, which, to be frankly honest with you, I don't really fancy doing. So instead of doing that, instead of switching out this area, what I'm actually going to do, which I actually think might end up looking a little bit better, is I am going to be retracting this block here underneath the ground, and then I'm going to be switching it out with a piece of glowstone, which should look pretty cool. I think that will look really cool, so I'll switch out that block, and I'll switch out that block as well. Of course, I'm not just going to do the one side, otherwise that would look really silly. So yeah, both of these will end up being glowstone, and it should look... yeah, that will end up looking really nice. Imagine those being glowstone, emitting light, lighting up all this floor area. I think it will look pretty good. So I'm going to crack on with that one, and I'll catch you guys in a little bit. So that's that then. These designs should be looking pretty familiar to all of you who have been watching my channel for more than a couple days. I've been building quite a few block swappers recently, simply because I really quite like them. So anyway, let's hop up to the surface, and I will replace all of the stairs going around here. So yeah, that is what it will look like once we have all the glowstone out. And then if we want to close all of this up, and I've actually done that incorrectly, and we have some phantom lighting here, which, does it look cool, or does it not look very good? I quite like that. Yeah, I really like that. That's like an unintended consequence of doing this build, but it's ended up lighting up the stairs, because obviously the pistons are transparent, everything down there is transparent, so it lights up the stairs, and it really does present the bed quite nicely. In fact, it almost seems a bit of a shame to walk in there and turn on all the lights. Well, I never. That being said, this room looks really cool, and I love seeing all of that redstone animate as we walk in. Really happy with this project. For the final part of redstone that I'm going to be doing in this room, you may be wondering, what on earth are these sections for? Okay, I'm sure that is the question that I got asked on the previous episode of Hermitcraft. That episode hasn't actually come out yet, so I'm yet to see any of the comments. But I'm sure there are going to be some people that are wondering why I decided to add in these extra sections here. Well, here is the deal. As you guys know, I love my hidden bits, and I don't think I've ever really done any hidden redstone contraptions on Hermitcraft. I can't remember the last time that I did it, so I thought this would be the perfect time to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this entire area here retract. Okay, so we're going to retract this floor downwards by 1 block, and then that is going to reveal a bunch of furnaces, a bunch of crafting benches, chests, or other such things, and that is going to happen on both sides. So as you walk into the room, that will drop down, revealing all of your useful bits. I think that would be really cool, and I can't wait to see how it looks. We'll have all the block swappers going around, all the lights coming on, and then that part dropping down. It will just be the nice finishing touch to the room. So yeah, that's the plan for that one. So of course, I'm going to once again start cracking on with that one. I might talk you through the design just a little bit while I'm doing it, but other than that, it should be a pretty simple process, so I'll get to work. For the second time today, I've had to scale back at one of my redstone creations. Once again, the original design that I conceived inside my brain wouldn't have actually worked. Or at least it would have done if we had done the original block swap that I had planned. But because we had to change that, I've now actually had to change up this design a little bit as well. You see we've got that knock-on effect going on. Really frustrating when that happens. But yeah, that basically means that this build is a little bit smaller. Tiny bit smaller than it was beforehand. It is now only 2 blocks wide as opposed to 3 blocks wide, which isn't a big deal. I would have liked it to come up to the edge of this. That would have synced up nicely, but sadly just wasn't to be. But anyway, in terms of the redstone, pretty nice and simple. We just have redstone running across all of these blocks. On the sides of the blocks, we've got redstone torches, which are currently not powering the pistons, but when we fire this T flip-flop, obviously this redstone will unpower, the torches will power, and all of the pistons should, fingers crossed, should extend. Okay, I haven't tried this just yet. Let's just walk over the pressure plate, and yep, the floor has popped up, and once again, we've got the crazy phantom lighting. Seriously, what's going on there? I mean, I try so hard to create phantom lighting, and it never works, and then suddenly we've got it a bunch of times in one room. It looks cool, it looks nice and mystical, but do I really want it? I suppose I'm going to have to stick with it, aren't I? Good news, everyone, the bedroom is now finished. I just got myself a strange lag spike there, don't know what that's from, but we're just going to ignore it because I'm happy. I'm happy that the room is done. I have done all of the redstone projects that I wanted to do. If we just walk over the pressure plate, you can see all of the lights fold out. We get ourselves a bit of a light show, and then also the floor drops down. We've got access to furnaces, a few chests, a crafting bench on either side, and of course we have the same thing on the other side as well, which is nice. It's a nice little detail. As I say, don't know how often I'm going to be using that side of things, but it's nice to have it. It's nice to have it there, and it definitely looks very cool. The only thing that I will say is phantom lighting. What's going on with the phantom lighting in here? It seems to be pretty much everywhere. I've reduced it around the edges now, but it's seeping out into the central section of the room. So, who knows? Who knows what's going on there? Someone who understands the physics behind phantom lighting might need to explain that one to me. But there we go. The room is done. It's very redstone orientated, and I like it. I like it a lot. Very, very happy with this project, but we're going to be moving on from it. We're going to be traveling off into the distance to here. Yeah, we're not going to be moving particularly far. We've actually got a few other projects I want to do in this corridor area. Honestly, I think I'm just going to keep adding to this corridor, adding some strange redstone projects, other funny things that I want to do. So first off, I guess the boring and laborious task of extending out the corridor a little bit so that we can make way for this contraption. An extra section to the corridor has now been added, so it's a little bit longer now, and we have got room for what I'm going to be building here. Now, I have no idea, seriously no idea if I've mentioned this to you yet, but what I'm going to be building here is an armor stand dressing station. Okay, so we're going to be building like a walk-in wardrobe. So we leave the bed in the morning, we're like, oh, you know how it is, you wake up, you're feeling all strange and your eyes are all blurry. I hope it's not just me that's got that, okay? I haven't looked it up on the internet at all. I hope it's not just me that wakes up with slightly blurry eyes, because if that's like a serious medical condition that I've never realised I had, I'll be really very upset. But anyway, you wake up in the morning, let's just say you do have blurry eyes, and you're yawning, and you're doing the morning shuffle where you're walking really slowly. And then you think, oh, what am I going to wear today? And you walk into your walk-in wardrobe, you'll hit a button on the wall, and then you'll step into the little dresser, and the whole thing will dress itself for you. I want one of these in real life, I really do. But as far as like the room is concerned, I don't know. I think I'm going to go for a pretty similar design to the one that I have over here. Obviously, just a lot smaller. This is really going to be a small room because the entire walk-in wardrobe will just take up this wall here. It will all be here, and it won't need to be much bigger than this. So I'll probably push the wall back by a couple of blocks. But other than that, that's all that's really necessary. Alright, I have been busy. I have been a busy bee, a busy building bee. And I have created this little room here. And I'm scratching my head a little bit. I am scratching my head a little bit, not because I've got an itchy head or because I've got head lice or anything like that. I'm scratching my head because, oh, I'm struggling. I am struggling. You can probably hear it in my voice. You know, I get my struggling voice on where I sound a little bit defeated. I'm not. I'm still feeling positive about the build, but I am struggling to make all of this work. First off, don't have a lot of space. You see that there? That is the room swapper that we have. So can't expand too far out because of course we have to get redstone in behind all this as well. So there's that problem. There is also the slightly bigger problem that this is where the buttons will go, and then on top of these blocks droppers are going to be going there, which is why we have this band of blocks going across here. I had no idea what to do here. Don't know if you can tell, but I had no idea what to do. So I just placed in all these blocks and it looks okay. It's a nice looking room. It is. It looks good. I like it. I personally like it. But I am struggling with it a little bit. I think there's a few things I would like to change. But for the minute, I think I'm just going to be sticking with it. We're just going to be rolling with this design because I'm happy with it. I hope that you're happy with it. Let me know down in the comment section if you're happy with how this build looks. Of course, in these sections, this is where the armor stands are going to go. There's going to be buttons on these blocks as well. So wait a little while before you say that you do like it or you don't like it. Because of course we are going to be filling in some of the areas. So your opinion might change on the whole thing. But anyway, I guess I'm just going to take my decorating hat off. I'm going to put my redstone hat back on because we have now got to build this armor stand walk-in wardrobe. I'll quickly show you the design that we're going to be using in my redstone testing world so you can get a closer look. Oh, the biggest problem with having a large redstone testing world is that you can never find anything. Never find anything. I'm really struggling here. After plenty of searching in my redstone testing world, I've finally managed to find the walk-in wardrobe, and here it is. Simple little build, only uses 4 redstone repeaters and 1 piece of redstone dust. The rest of it is just hoppers and droppers. So in terms of building it, really very simple, if not extremely resource heavy. This is not a cheap build in the slightest. Thankfully though, I've got plenty of iron and plenty of wood as well. In fact, I think I've got plenty of hoppers. I'm fairly certain I've just got a backlog of hoppers. So I shouldn't have any problems with building this one. Should be a nice and quick and easy process. I say all of that whilst touching wood because you know how it is. Building redstone in survival never goes well first time. So we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, I'm going to hop back onto the Hermitcraft server and let's start building. Quick progress update to say that as far as I can tell, all of the droppers are now in place, which means that we're about 50% done on the build. Now, what this means is when you hit the button, the correct items of armor will travel into the hoppers, which will then transport themselves into the central section, which is where the dispensers will go. And basically, we're going to put the helmets in one dropper, the chest plate in another dropper, the leggings in another dropper, and then the shoes in a different dropper. So they will all be sorted out, and you will get a full set of armor going into the dispensers at each time. So that's basically how that works. But as far as keeping things together is concerned, look how close we are to the room switcher. Seriously did get close there. In fact, we might get a few bud problems maybe in the future, especially with that dropper up there. I have placed the half slab, so that should fix it. But you never really know. Buds are a little bit strange. Just placing in the final set of hoppers here. We've got all the hoppers for all of the other droppers. God, there's so many hoppers, droppers, all other different types of words that I'm bound to get mixed up at some point. But yeah, these are the final sets. We just need those going across like this. And finally, if I can make it to the other side without glitching through, that set like that. Now there is my exit hole. Let's just go out through there. So that is the whole system done. That is it completed. Of course, we do have to fill in these droppers, which shouldn't be too difficult actually. We have pretty good access on both sides. So let's just do a real quick test to see if this is actually working, okay? So we'll place iron ore in the top one. So we have got iron ore should go into one of these dispensers. That dispenser there. We will place a piece of spruce wood in that one. We'll place a piece of hardened clay in that one. And the only one that is really difficult to get to is in fact these. So we might have to add in some pistons that we can retract to fill in those droppers there. But we will place some iron in that one there. Right, okay, let's give this a quick test. We will hit this button here, and we should hear a click, and then we should see all of those items in the separate dispensers. So here goes. A little bit nervous here. Right, that's correct. That's correct. That's correct, and that is correct. Good, okay, so the design is working. In case you're wondering why there's other items in there, they probably fell in there while I was building the thing, but good. Excellent! That is actually working. Right, so we have built the entire armor stand dressing room. Now we actually have to fill it with armor. I hadn't really thought of that. Right, well, after that slight shock and surprise at the fact that I actually have to fill all of the armor stands, I've decided that I'm actually going to leave that to the next episode. I want to ask you guys, what types of armor do you want to see in here? Obviously, we could do diamond, gold, iron, and leather. But to be honest with you, I don't really fancy chucking diamond armor in there. So I was thinking maybe we could change up different types of colors of leather, or we could do different enchanted armors or something like that. Maybe we could have like enchanted iron, and then regular iron, and then enchanted gold, regular gold, because we have plenty of both of those resources. Let me know down in the comment section, because I'd love to hear your opinions on that one. But anyway, we're going to be leaving this project behind. We have finished that room. It looks really good. I've actually got rid of the bar that goes across the top there, and I think it definitely looks better. I think it actually looks better without it. Even though you can see these droppers here, I think it looks cool. So let me know about that one down in the comment section as well. You've got plenty of commenting to be doing. But anyway, as I say, we are going to be moving on from this because, as you may have noticed, I'm running low on pickaxes. I really don't have many pickaxes. Alright, I've only got this one. All my other ones, they're just unrepairable. I've used them so many times that they now can't be repaired. And I think I need to get a new set. So what I thought we'd do is a little bit of enchanting. And I've decided that I'm going to do that in a time lapse. So let's start that one. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that rounds up today's episode of Hermitcraft. I hope that you've enjoyed it. It's been a little bit more chatty than usual, which I've actually enjoyed. I've been trying my best to do that a little bit more. Just chat, joke around a little bit, because recently, I don't know about you guys, but I've noticed that Hermitcraft has become very serious, you know? It's like, I'm going to be working on this, and I'm going to do it, and I'll go boff, boff, boff. And I'm like, it's done, right, moving on. And we've sort of lost the whole joking around, having fun playing Minecraft element. I haven't felt that way though. I've really enjoyed playing Minecraft, and I've enjoyed playing Hermitcraft. It hasn't felt like I've been doing that. But so some of you have been mentioning it in the comment section. It's like, geez, man, I feel like I'm at work when I'm watching your videos. You sound like you're my boss. It's like, I'm going to be doing this, and I'm going to be doing this, and it's like giving commands and things. So I've toned it down a little bit over the past couple days. I've been chilled out a lot more, and we've been doing slightly more relaxed projects and things, and I've enjoyed myself. I think it's been great. I've really enjoyed these past couple of Hermitcraft episodes. Not that I haven't done beforehand, I want to mention that again, but it's just been fun. It's been fun, relaxed, and I'm having a laugh. But anyway, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.